Alright guys, so today we'll be doing a photo shoot with Almas, right? So let me show you the setup because most of you guys have been asking me to show, you know, the full setup. So this is the light I'm using. I'm using the Flashpoint 600. This is a highlighter right here. And let me just show you the distance from the model to the highlighter. So can you just stretch your hand, stretch your hand, like stretch like one hand. So that's the distance. It's about 56 inches away from her, the light. And the highlighter is like directly under her neck. So it's like that. So that's what it looks like. Let me come around the other side so you guys can see again. So it's a one light setup. That's it. Good. Hello everyone, photographer Andredesignz here with a new retouch video. Today you guys were expecting to get a behind the scene because I put up a poll on my Instagram and I asked you guys if you want to see a retouch video or a behind the scene, and most of you guys said behind the scenes, but I actually thought that I had the behind the scene footage for this photo shoot, but guess what? I lost everything. I'm not sure what happened. I only have the B-roll footage and that's it. So today I'm going to be doing a retouch video of these images. So as you can see, I was shooting with, well, I'm not sure if you guys would know that this is a Sony camera I was shooting with based on the extension, but yeah, I was shooting with a Sony camera. The lens I was using is a 28 to 75 millimeter f2.8 lens. As you can see, I was shooting at 6.3. My shutter speed was 1/125th per second, and the ISO was at 100. So these images are what was shot using a one light setup, as you can see in the intro. Alright, so the model is actually from Israel. She visited Jamaica and I met her through Tija Christie Collections. She's the one that actually does the head wraps. She's a designer. So yeah, so today we'll be retouching one of these images from the shoot. Next week you guys will definitely get a behind the scenes because I should be reviewing my lens. You know what, I'm not going to promise you the behind the scene for the lens review that I'll be doing, but yeah, you guys will be getting a behind the scene nevertheless. Alright, so let's get right to the editing. So I am not sure which one of these images I'll be using for the shoot because I don't have a behind the scene. That's the reason why I'm showing you all the images. So yeah, so let me go back up to the top and just pick one of these images for the retouching. Alright, this is a nice one, but I'm not sure which one I'll be using yet. Maybe I should use one with the brown background. This is a nice one though. I like this. I like this one. And this one is nice as well. But I'm gonna use one of the brown background. Let me see. This one, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Alright, so it's gonna be Control E to bring it over to Photoshop. Alright, I've updated my actions, guys, so you can go to my website and download it. If you go to the website and it's telling you that the website is not secure, well, GoDaddy wants me to buy the SSL, but I'm not going to buy it because it's too expensive. So all you have to do is click on Advanced and click to the option that says you want to go to the website and just download the action. Alright, so let's get right to the editing now. So I'm going to crop this image. As usual, you can press C on the keyboard for the crop tool. You can come right here to get the size that you want. I want the 4:5 ratio, which is 8:10. So when I upload this to Instagram, it fills the entire page. Alright, so let me pull this up a little bit right here. Good. enter. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to create a duplicate right now because I'm going to clean up the image using the patch tool. I'm going to come over here to the patch tool. You can press J on the keyboard, or you can hold on shift and press J to go through the other tools. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to just remove the pimple. So I'm making a selection and I'm just going to drag it over to the side. We're not going to remove the warts from her face because that's natural and we want to keep it natural. Just going to take the time and remove all these pimples. So you don't necessarily always have to use the I mean, there are more than one tools you can actually use to remove pimples from the skin. You could use the healing brush, spot healing brush. You could use the patch tool like what I'm using right now, or you can use what's that thing called again? Clone stamp. Alright, so I'm just removing all the pimples, and if you see any loose hair you can remove them as well. Alright, that's good. That looks good. Perfect. Let me see if there's anything else here for me to remove. Alright, that looks good. Let me come down here to the arm or shoulder. Alright, that's a mole, so I'm not going to remove that. Alright, that looks good. Alright, I think I'm done. So this is her first time actually doing a photo shoot. You can check out her page by using the link in the description. You can get to her Instagram. She's actually from Israel and she visited Jamaica. I met her through Teja Christie collections. She's the one that actually did the wrapping and the makeup for this and the necklace and all these nice things. She's actually a designer. You can check out her page as well. And she did a great job actually on the shoot for somebody that, you know, I've never done a professional photo shoot before. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I've cleaned up the image. I'm just going to go over here to frequency separation right here. And I'm just going to blend the image in a little bit. Alright, good. So I'm going to go down to the low layer right here. And then I'm going to come over here to the mixer brush. The mixer brush is normally nested under brushes, so if you're not, well, you won't see your mixer brush out here because I took mine out. So you hold on brush and then you see the mixer brush, you can select it. Normally when you select the mixer brush for the very first time, it's going to have whatever color the foreground is, it's going to be right here. So what you have to do is to click this option right here and then change this to 2%, everything else remains the same. Alright, so I'm on the mixer brush right now. To get the brush bigger or smaller, you can just use the bracket on the keyboard sorry, to get the brush smaller or bigger. Alright, so the reason why you're hearing this sound is because there's still a selection on the image itself. I'm not sure where it is, but I'm just going to make a selection and then deselect it. So Control D. Then I'm going to go back to the mixer brush and then I'm just going to mix this image. Alright, so you use the mixer brush to even out the skin. Alright, because there are some times when the skin is not even, so the mixer brush is a good tool to use to do that. You can also use the mixer brush to flatten a pimple, so you can easily remove it by using the what's that tool? Clone stamp tool. That's how I usually do it. Well, that's how I do it. But for this video I wanted to start with the clone stamp tool. Well, not clone stamp tool, the patch tool. Alright, so let's look at the before, after. It's just a subtle change, but it's best to use the mixer brush instead of using Gaussian blur and blur your image. You don't want your image to look fake, so it's best to use your mixer brush. The mixer brush is really powerful. I mean, you can use it to do a lot of things. So if you see, I'm actually flattening right here. Let's look at the before and after for right there. Before, so you see where there's a lump right here, and then after, yeah, that's what a mixer brush does. Just come down to the model's chest, do the same thing, just mix. Gonna mix the arm as well. Alright, to the neck. Try not to mix close to any object, because if you do, it's gonna come out on the skin. So try to avoid that at all times. Alright, I think I still see something here I can remove. I'm just going to use the patch tool again, so press J, because the patch tool was the last thing I was using. So I can just go back here. I'm on the high frequency layer right here, the high layer. I'm just going to move that there. Good. Let me just go up to see if there's anything else I need to remove. Maybe right here, just a little bit right here as well. Sometimes it's good for you to like zoom up into your image and see if there's anything there, because normally when the image is zoomed out you will miss certain things, so you have to, you know, zoom in sometimes to see if there's anything there that you've missed. Alright, so this is a part of our eyelash. So to get rid of that eyelash, I'm just gonna press what's this? S for the clone stamp. Gonna make sure the clone stamp is at 100%, and then just gonna sample right here and just paint. So get rid of the eyelash. Alright, I think I was too close to the let me just remove that and just do it manually here. That's okay. I'm gonna remove the background anyway, so alright, good. So I think I'm done with the frequency separation aspect. Good. Alright, so I'm gonna do dodge and burning now. Okay, one of my subscribers asking me how to create a dodge and burn what's that? Dodge and burn what's the name of it again? Layers. I'm gonna show you now. Alright, so it's pretty easy. You come down here to where it says adjustment layers. You come to what's this? Levels. You can use levels, and you can also use what's that? Levels or curves. So I'm going to use levels first. Alright, so with the levels, you're going to, the first one is going to be burn. So I'm going to do burn first. Alright, and then I'm going to click on the white layer here, and then Control I to invert, and then I'm going to change this to multiply. Alright, so multiply, and then I'm going to create a new one from the same layer. I'm going to change this to dodge, and I'm going to change this to screen. Where's screen? Good, screen. Perfect. So now when you let me just click right here. Good. So when you come over here to the brush, you put your brush at, well, my brush is at flow is at 1% right now. Let's see how visible that is. I'm just gonna get my brush a little bit bigger. Just paint right here. Alright, 1% is taking a long time to do what you want to do. So as you can see right here, here is a little bit dark, and then when I apply the dodge, it gets brighter, because that's exactly what I want. Good. And right here is dark as well. I can just use the dodge and get it brighter. Let's look at it before and after for that. Before and after. Good. So because the flow is so low, it takes a longer time for it to apply the highlight. Alright, good. So that's basically it, how to create the dodge and burn layer. Alright, so I'm just gonna merge that. Wait, I'm just going to put it in a group, and I'm just going to merge group. Oh, each time I merge the group, it takes away the alright, I'm just gonna merge everything, and I'm just gonna use my dodge and burn. Even though it's the same thing, I still want to use it. I like when over here is a little bit uniform. Alright, so I'm gonna go back up to the dodge, and then I'm going to just apply a little bit of dodge right here. Alright, I'm gonna apply a little bit under the eye. I don't really want to remove too much of the darkness, because the shadow, because by default there wasn't any light going there, so I'm just add back some there. And it actually shapes the model's face as well, so we don't want to add light there when there shouldn't be any light, basically. I know I did remove some of the shadows. I'm going to add some back right there. Alright, before and after. Okay, that looks good. Alright, for some reason I don't think I like what's going on right here, so I'm going to get the frequency separation again. As a matter of fact, no, I'm just going to use a new layer, and I'm going to paint right there. Alright, so I'm going to sample from right here. Let me see what. I'm going to hold on Alt, and I'm going to sample right here. Then I'm going to zoom in some more, because we have some shadows right here. I want to get rid of it. My flow is at 1% right now, but I think I want to bring it up a little bit to about 6%, and then I'm just going to paint right here. So I'm getting rid of the shadow. Let's look at the before and after for that. Before, after. So it's a subtle change, but we want to just get rid of the shadow that's right there. But I don't like it, so that's why I'm removing it. It looks a little bit better. Alright, I think I want to, for some reason I don't like right here. It's a little bit too dark, so I'm going to paint it as well. Just try to blend it out a little bit. If you paint too much at one section, it's going to look weird, so you have to be careful. Sometimes when I'm editing some images, if it gives me too much problem, trust me, I just stop editing it and look for another image. So there are times when that will happen to you. Don't sit on that image if that image is not working out for you. Find another image and edit that image. I'm going to create a new layer again, and I'm going to make a selection for right here, and I'm going to just paint here a little bit. It's a little bit dark, and I want to just blend it out a little bit. Alright, I think I might be going overboard a little bit, but whatever. Alright, right here is darker than right here. So it's one or two things. It's either you match here with here, or you match here with here. What am I going to do now? Let me see. Which one I like best? I really don't have time to be going through this right now. I need to make a decision right now. Alright, so I am going to try something. Right, I'm gonna apply this right here. I'm gonna press Control Shift Alt E to create a new layer. I'm gonna do another one again by Control J, and I am going to play with the blending options here and see if I can get a color that I like, and then apply it to the image itself. So let me see this. I'm gonna do soft light and try to match it a little bit. So soft light, and then I'm going to do a mask. Alright, and then I'm gonna get my brush. Oh, I'm on the brush already at 6%, and I'm just gonna try to fill in some of these sections here to see if I can match the dark area here with the other part of the skin. So just gonna paint in a little bit. Alright, this can be really time consuming, but it takes time to do what you really want. If you want the image to look a certain way, you have to take time. Look at the before and after. So I'm getting it a little bit darker, so it can match the arm or the shoulder. It won't be 100% perfect, so don't have to worry about that. Let's look at the before and after. Before, after. So it's close. It's very, very close. Alright, good. Don't think I need to do anything else with that. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so right here seems a little bit white. Right here. So we're gonna see if we can fix that as well. Let me see if I could do it with this as well. Darken it a little bit. I'm gonna get my flow up a little bit more. Alright, so what you should not do is to do it on the same layer, because if you see what's happening now, it's getting darker, but it's too dark and I cannot adjust it, because if I try to adjust it right now, it's going to change everything. So you have to be careful. You cannot do it on the same layer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, instead of using that same thing, I'm going to paint instead. So I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to sample from right here. My brush is at 40%. I'm just going to paint. So I can blend it out a little bit. Nice. Before and after. I'm just going to do under here a little bit. I'm going to control and sample and paint again. Alright, well that looks a little bit better than what it was before. I'm still gonna make some more adjustments to it. So Control Alt E, Shift E, and I'm going to do, I'm gonna get the what's this? Colors, the stamp, the clone stamp. I'm just gonna make a selection and just use a clone stamp. We could have just done this in the first place, but yeah. Can be technical at times, and you could still go over the image and do some more cleaning up if you wish. Alright, so let's look at the before and after for everything. So let me scroll up a little bit more. So before and after, before and after. I think I'm okay with that. Alright, I don't think I'm going to remove the background, so I'm going to ensure that I clean up right here before I move on any further. So I'm just going to press the clone stamp tool, and then, well, S for the clone stamp, sample and paint. Alright. I'm gonna press J, Shift J, and then I'm gonna select the patch tool. Alright, so I'm gonna come back down to the bottom here, and I'm gonna clean up all these loose here. So I'm gonna use the clone stamp again. Alright, so clone stamp is taking a little while. Get it a little bit smaller and just going a little bit closer. Clone stamp is powerful. Alright, that looks good. I'm going a little bit closer. I think I went in a little bit too close up there. That's fine. No one will notice that, I promise you that, but I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna come in a little bit closer, and then I'm gonna sample right here and just bring it back out a little bit. Alright, that's good. So if you see there's a little wrinkle in the background right there. We could use frequency separation to get rid of that. I'm just gonna merge everything because I'm comfortable with everything that I've done. I'm just gonna leave the original one at the bottom, so I can always reference to that one. I'm gonna go back to frequency separation again, and I'm gonna go to the low frequency layer, and then I'm going to just mix right here. I'm just not sure what's happening to my Photoshop, but it's giving me some issues. I think maybe the memory in my computer is going for some reason. Not sure what's happening to it. Maybe that's the reason I'm having this issue. And my graphics card, for some reason, it gives me a lot of error. For some reason, there's a error with Photoshop and this graphics card. I'm using the Radeon RX 480. I saw it on their website once that they're testing it or something like that, but it's not working so well. There are times when I'm using it, it just freezes and I have to like restart. Alright, so I think I am done. I'm just gonna come to the top here and I'm gonna apply 5% of my what's this? Blue color balance. 5% of blue. And then I'm gonna come here to the color lookup, and I'm gonna add maybe about 37% of opacity to it. Good. Then I'm gonna Control Alt Shift and Control J. I'm gonna go to Camera Raw and see if I can play with the colors a little bit. Let me press Auto and see what Auto looks like as usual. Oh, I love Auto, but I'm not gonna use Auto. I'm gonna play with the blacks a little bit, the shadows, and pull up the shadows some more. I'm gonna go down to dehaze. That's too much. Dehaze. I'm gonna go to exposure a little bit. Alright. Then highlights. Let's bring down highlights. Well, right there for the highlights. Clarity just a little bit. I can also come right here to the gradient option, and I can add a gradient to this if I wish, but I don't need to. But I can just use this brush here as well, and I can add clarity to the hair. Let me just paint clarity in. I'm telling you, I'm having problems with this video card because I am moving too fast, I think. Alright. So the clarity is add to the let me see if I can add a little clarity to the head wraps as well. Yeah, just a little bit. Let's look at the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. Alright, so I'm gonna press OK, and I am done. So I'm gonna put both images side to side now and show you the before and after for both images. Alright, so I'm gonna go up here, go to arrange. Where is arrange? Vertical. So that's the before, and that's the after. Good. So if you've learned anything from this video, I know that this video is super long. Most of you may not watch it. So I mean, I could do a lot more editing to this image. I can see where I still need to do some more adjustments to it, but my video is getting too long, and this is why I suggest that it's best that you get a makeup artist when you're doing a photo shoot, because it's easier for you to edit your images using a makeup artist. she did not really have a lot of makeup on. Well, she didn't have a makeup on. She only had like eyeliner and the lipstick thing. So yeah, so that's it for the video. If you've learned something, as I said before, please like and share, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned next week for a new video. Bye bye.